Yeah. Tuesday after dark. Boys with the heat, slow cook, no rush. Tuesday after dark, lights low, talk slick. January cold, one loss, that's it. Crowd real quiet when the season goes bad. Wild card weekend, dreams in the body bag. Panthers had the house still, left the door cracked. 4 legs in the 4 still, couldn't relax. Jags came in top seed, left real fast. From big talk the next year, one broadcast. Packers blew 18, let it slip by design. Missed kicks on repeat, yeah the math don't lie. Eagles at home stars, second half went dark. All that fire all year, couldn't get a spark. Chargers look lost, offense stuck in neutral. Steelers made history. Yeah, and numbers Tuesday after dark, let it sick, let it stain. Yanley when the shows are really killed for the stain. Here's some steel brinking toast law right now. If it got a saying home, go buddy, cause they're route. Island, no yuff, no rush, for seconds.
Welcome back, Paul.
Welcome. How are you doing, my friend?
How am I doing?
Yeah, I would love to know.
Oh. Okay, here's the thing. My dad messages me. He lives in the UP, so he messages me, diehard Packer fan.
Right.
Messages me, we're beating the Bears. But my dad is one of those people he's always never 100% confident that your team is going to win the game, which I think a lot of fans need to learn after watching the Bears. Even as a Bears fan,
all year.
you probably don't shut the TV off even if you're up by 2 scores, and don't shut the TV off if you're down by, what is it, 3.5, almost 4 scores. So it's 21-3. I said, keep doing what they're doing, and whatever, the Bears are going to make a run. It's not just going to be this letdown.
It's bound to happen.
Thing. Yeah. And plus the Bears have been a second half team the entire season.
All year.
Once it got to 21-9, I looked at Mandy and I just looked at the play calls and I'm just like,
what's happening?
We're gonna lose this football. And it was 21-9. Like, it's 12 points. And I'm like, hey, that fourth quarter, man. That fourth quarter. What can you say?
25 points.
Yeah.
In the fourth quarter is a diabolical way to go out.
I guess he couldn't have planned it up any better, right?
And to say outside of every game outside of last night, every game was decided by literally one score. Every single game.
Yeah.
There was no, outside of Houston just beating the brakes off of Pittsburgh, nobody just, you guys had the opportunity to blow us out. But you were 21 points in the first half and 6 points in the second half. And McManus has to be let go. There's no possible way that he stays on the team past this offseason. There's nothing that you could tell me. I saw this video of this guy last year that he was saying McManus only had missed 1 field goal or extra point all year, yada, yada, yada. And then fast forwarding to this year, probably one of the worst kickers in the league. And I sat there, I was watching the game, and I'm just watching our secondary just get lit up by Jordan Love. Everything. It was like he was just having his way. I'm not going to lie, Jordan Love, this isn't completely on Jordan Love. I will say that. He had a fantastic game. I'm not even going to lie, sugarcoat it, beat around the bush. Jordan Love had himself a game. And the collapse that y'all's defense had in the second half, I don't understand it.
I don't think anybody understands it. Even people who aren't Packer fans or aren't even NFC North fans just look at the game and they're like, man, you pissed it away. I mean, don't take anything away from what the Bears did, but it's like on the outside looking in, you're just like, man, that's like a total collapse in the second half. Like, I mean, what you did in the
You
first
have to
half.
live with this forever.
Oh, yeah, you gotta even next season, it's still gonna sting. Even the next time they play the Bears, it's gonna be in the back of
Gonna
your mind,
sit
even
there
if
in
you
the
have
back
a
of your brain.
lead. Yeah, you have a lead against Chicago, and you're gonna be
Right.
like, "This is like the
These jokers
Patrick
will come back.
Mahomes thing." This is what the Bills fans, everybody who played Patrick Mahomes probably feels, Paul.
This is PTSD
Yeah,
for Buffalo Bills.
because it's happened twice now
Yeah.
against the Bears. It's happened twice.
And it's
So,
like you would think, right? Because in week 14, it almost happened the first time, right?
yeah,
Then in week 16, it did happen.
it did happen. Yeah.
And then you would think it's like 21-3 is a big lead. That's a very big lead. You know what I'm saying? It's 18 points.
Right, the NFL, that's almost insurmountable in the 4th
That's
quarter.
it,
You know,
it's making it up in 3 quarters, very doable.
yeah.
But going 21-3, 21-6, 21-9 into the 4th quarter almost seems like there might be a chance. But it's not like it's almost unrealistic. And then the thing that kind of when I was watching it, I got to the floor because I get nervous when the game's not going my way. I'll go to the floor like a child. And I started watching the game, and then I get to halftime going 21-3, and I just muted it, and I just turned around and laid on the floor, and I was just scrolling on TikTok, watching everybody just talk so much crap, like the Bears are frauds, yada, 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 this and this and that. And then Olivia comes in the room, she's like, "Hey, Daddy," and I immediately say, "Get out."
I hear you. I mean,
And it was like, because it's like I'm just in this headspace, and then they score their field goal, but it's like they start to stop Jordan Love. Like they're doing 3 and outs, and they're not able to get, hit. McManus missing the field goal in the second quarter, going into halftime. I was like, okay, cool. 3 and outs, 3 and outs. Then we score. We do our field goals and we score a touchdown and we get it within, striking distance. But then when Matthew Golden got his touchdown, I was like, oh crap, it's over. Like they done found a way to score. McManus missed the extra point. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold up. We score. Zacchaeus gets his touchdown. Copeland gets the 2-point conversion. We're down by 3. I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. There's like 8 minutes left. And we're only down by 3. We have a chance. You guys drive down the field, couldn't capitalize, and then you go for the field goal to put it up by 6. So that's forcing us to have to score a touchdown. That thing went so far right from the beginning, from the moment that it left his foot, that thing just started swinging to the right.
the Bears have the double doink. You guys got to live with that. But we have to live with this. I don't even know what you call it. I guess if you're a golfer, this is a
Wide
horrible
right.
slice. Yeah,
This
wide
is a
right
wide
is
right.
all you can say. But there was a worse kick this weekend though. Did you see the Houston Fairbairn? Did you
I
see
fell asleep
Paul?
after that game because that game was boring after a while.
Okay, I might be able to pull this up. Fairbairn kicked a field goal and it went underneath the goalpost. Went under the crossbar.
How far was he?
Like 30 yards away. I don't know.
There's no way he didn't get enough leg behind that.
He got enough leg, but he line drove it underneath.
Oh, he didn't give no lift
kick.
to it. He just
he had no
jet to it.
No, there was no lift.
I'm going for headshots here.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a worse kick because at least when McManus initially kicked the ball, it was up in the air high enough. It just was immediately.
And then again,
right.
Playing in Chicago is different than playing in Green Bay. The wind is a huge factor in Chicago, and sometimes people don't play a factor. I would think most kickers, especially as professional as McManus is.
You think he had practice kicks? I mean, he knew what the field conditions were.
And so it's like when he missed that, I was just like, oh, shoot. There's 5 minutes left on the clock. We're starting off with pretty decent field position. We drive it down. He pump fakes at that one spot. And then DJ literally got the game-winning touchdown in overtime and the game-winning touchdown on Saturday. He is a Packers killer. Like when I say he can get whatever he wants, wherever he wants, he can do that now.
Yeah.
Like he can have whatever he wants.
Oh, Paul, I do have I found it on Instagram of
Oh,
all places. All right, I'm gonna pull up the kick here.
you're a little
Got it.
frozen, buddy.
Hold on. I got a lot of stuff going on here. All right.
Let's see what this horrible kick looked like.
All right. So do.
How do you miss it that bad?
He missed it underneath. Watch it.
Like, that
Underneath.
was a rocket. You might as well have had somebody run a route to go grab it.
Oh yeah. I don't even. Everybody's saying that the NFL should investigate that kick. They're like a professional kicker missing a kick like that is just weird, and apparently it had something to do
You
with
think
the
it's the ball?
numbers. The ball, whatever the kicker, the shoes. I don't know. It wasn't a mental thing because I believe they were up pretty big at that point when he missed that. It Gambling. I don't know. Everybody's on this gambling fixed, BS
They
right now.
need
It's
to
like,
let that go.
yeah, I like to bring it up for fun, but anybody out there who actually thinks the NFL is rigged,
Like that,
no.
like there's a lot of things that look suspect. I'm not gonna lie, but
Well,
like
right.
certain things. Let's just be realistic. There's no way in hell he's purposely trying to just rocket a ball like that.
No. Matter of fact,
Just
that's embarrassing. That's
like
really
as a
embarrassing.
kicker, as one of the best kickers in the league, you're telling me this guy is just purposely just kicking a soccer ball out of this football.
Yeah.
He's not doing a penalty kick. Like he's trying to
Yeah.
get points on the board. Like let's.
So I put the comment on here, and I want your opinion on this. I know Green Bay had the most disappointing loss, even though we all kind of expected it's a rivalry game. Whoever wins that game has got bragging rights. But I believe my most embarrassing loss the whole weekend was Aaron Rodgers having a 7-6 football game and then into the fourth quarter getting completely destroyed. And by destroyed, I mean physically, emotionally, and
Oh, he's
mentally
getting.
destroyed.
Listen, I didn't watch the whole game because again, it was just real slow for me,
There
and I
was
was just.
fumble recovery, a pick six, I believe. It just was one after the another, one
And
after.
then I think I was done after like midway through the third quarter because it was either a whole lot of punting, 3 and
It was
outs, people
7-6.
turning
Yeah.
over the ball. It was a whole lot of nothing
Oh,
going on.
and here's the thing. Everybody's like, "Oh, Houston won 30-6 or whatever." It's like, yeah, you won, but your defense won that football game because I tell you what, Stroud looked like absolute dog water. I
But
believe
for
he had like
Aaron Rodgers,
a couple
I think
fumbles.
he had an interception, a fumble. He threw for what, like 200, almost 300 yards, had a touchdown. But I think Aaron Rodgers just underwhelmingly just
He had like
was 142 yards, but was sacked, I think, what, like 5 or 6
yeah,
times.
yeah, he was sacked
And
quite a few times.
and so I'm happy that he lost
I
because
think a lot of people are just like, "Are you gonna retire now? Is now the
I'm
time?"
like, because Tomlin's gone, so you only
That's
went there because of him.
Tomlin, that's a weird thing too. So 2 coaches in the AFC, the 2 longest tenured coaches outside of Andy Reid, I believe, in the NFC or the AFC.
And Taylor should have been the one that got fired, if anybody, from the
Yeah,
AFC North, because he's not doing crap in Cincinnati.
right. This makes absolutely no sense, but he didn't get fired. I mean,
They
those
they
2,
they
Harbaugh and
parted
them,
ways,
retired, yeah, like, technically retired. I think Harbaugh
but
might end up joining his brother there over in for the
well,
Chargers. We'll
the
see.
2 last things I heard about them 2, with Harbaugh said that the job that intrigues him the most is the New York Giants job,
Really?
which would make sense.
Young talent, maybe, I guess.
Right. And then 2, for Pittsburgh, they said even though he stepped down, they're gonna keep the rights to him just in case they pull a Sean Payton and trade him.
Really?
That's
Interesting.
what Pittsburgh is saying. So I don't think this is going to be the last time we see Tomlin on the sideline. He may not be here this year, this next season, but I feel like in the next 2 to 3 seasons, somebody's going to put a bid in, just like how they did Sean Payton, and they'll make a trade for Tomlin, which it's kind of still weird to say because it's not the most common thing you see in any sports where a head coach
A head coach to
gets
have the rights taken, yeah.
and traded for picks or players or whatever the case may be. So that'll be interesting to see how that unfolds for Pittsburgh. But you don't have a quarterback. You don't have a
No.
head coach. Your OC is probably going to get a head coaching job somewhere else. Arthur Smith is probably walking. Like, you're in shambles at this point. You don't have a top 15 pick. You're going to have, I think your pick is probably going to be between 16 and 18, maybe 19. And so it's like all the good quarterbacks are probably going to be gone by then. So you're going to have to deal with what's left. So
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is in for some shit.
Yeah, you're not kidding right there.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's gonna end up having to probably trade for capital and try to get more picks, maybe pick somebody up in the second round. They're gonna get a second tier guy no matter what anyway. So it
It's
is what it is with
and
them,
that's
I
not
guess.
always saying that it's going to be a bad thing if you get like a second
No.
round quarterback, but it's just like ultimately, if you're moving on from Rodgers and Tomlin and you're a new head coach, you'd want to pick somebody that you're going to be comfortable with for the next 3 to 4 years, maybe even 5, depending on how that contract looks. But it's like, it's going to be interesting. Or maybe somehow, some way, whoever picks up that Pittsburgh job finds a way to trade for Shador Sanders. I don't know. But I think it's interesting. These jobs that are open are going to be interesting. What do you think is going to happen with LaFleur?
Rumor has it, I mean, this is going around Green Bay, and I believe it's all over ESPN now too. Green Bay, looking at all the coaches that are available, looking at the plethora of people being fired, looking around the NFL, gauging it. Their best option, more than likely, is to keep LaFleur, re-sign him to an extension. We know that our defensive coordinator Halfley is going to get looks by other NFL teams. He's got 4 or 5 interviews
He stays.
scheduled. Yeah, if he stays, I can imagine that LaFleur is definitely probably staying. I'm going to say that's like with 80% confidence he's staying
Yeah.
in Green Bay. He'll get another 3 years. So he'll have a 4-year deal. He'll probably have stipulations into making the playoffs, yada yada. Making moves. How many wins per season? I mean, there's going to be things built in. Obviously, after 7 years, you have to it's either show your hand or fold at some point. And Green Bay
With
just
him
looks
in
at
the
all the
realms,
teams.
what's the farthest that y'all have gone? Is it an NFC title game with him, or
I
is it
believe
just
they went to an
divisional?
NFC title game and lost. That's as far as I believe the Packers have made it, and that was with Rodgers.
And that's with
Um,
LaFleur, right?
yeah, I think that was might have been early in his career too. That might have been like 5-6 years ago.
But since Love has been in at the realm, the divisional is as far as y'all gotten because that
Yeah.
one win against the Cowboys. Well, I'm not expecting much next week. I think the most surprising game for me out of all the games.
First 2 seasons, he went to the championship game with Aaron Rodgers. That was back in 2000, the 20 and 21 season, I believe. 19, I don't know.
So he hasn't been able to do it yet since
It's been like 5 years, yeah. No, it wasn't Jordan Love. I mean, the thing is, unfortunately, this game, the loss wasn't on Love's shoulders. Like
it's going to be on his statistics.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the statistics, but it's like this is on the entire offensive line like got blown up in the second half of this game. And like whatever Al Harris and the Chicago Bears came up with defensively, like
they did some type the adjustments were funky to me. I wasn't happy about some of them.
No, but they figured out that if they take away the outside, they took away the tight end option and put a little bit of pressure on the edge, that Jordan Love is going to have to make that really quick decision. And he was waiting for the ball to go downfield almost every time in the second half. So anytime there was pressure, he hurried up and he checked down or he threw it away. And that's Chicago figured it out.
Outside of the one touchdown, I don't think even Watson was that big of a an issue
No.
for us. It
In
was
that
Dobbs
last
and
play of the
Reed.
game, he was wide open for at about the 9-yard line, I believe it was, with about 26 seconds left, and then but Jordan Love got pressured, and I think he threw it away.
But yeah, Reed and Dobbs were our issue. Jacobs was okay, but he wasn't that big of a. Y'all's run game was,
Yeah, it was mediocre. Yeah.
but neither was ours. Our run game was barely
See,
there.
it's the only
But
thing the Packers did against the Bears the entire season is kinda held the run game in check. I mean,
y'all couldn't control Loveland to save y'all's life.
no.
Loveland
Well,
was all over the place.
I think moving forward now that the tape is out on him, it's gonna make it a lot easier for Caleb Williams to look around the field and be like, "Okay, well, now I've got a safety eyeballing my freaking tight end coming off the edge, and they know that a DB is either gonna have to cover him tight, man to man, or a linebacker is
Not gonna be
not
able
gonna
to
be
keep
able to
up.
cover him. He's gonna have to he can rub him, but he's definitely not gonna be able to cover him.
No,
So
he's
you
gonna
have
be
to
able to beat him if he cuts him on a slot. It's a wrap.
and I don't even think a safety would be good enough. You're gonna have to put a decent
And
corner
and this is the crazy
over
thing.
the
Even
top.
if you do
Nickel.
that, it still leaves open. You still have Rome, you still have Burden, and you still have DJ. So it's like you could, and even commit every now and then. And Swift and Monungai can
Swift out of
catch
the
from the
backfield.
backfield.
Well, that there's nothing saying that you can't go play action too, and you hand off that RPO out of
Yeah,
play action.
because
And
between Swift and Monungai, like that's our offense is pretty set in the sense of it works. We have a system, we have a rhythm. It's just we need to. I just feel like it would. I wish it wouldn't take so long some games for it to take off. Like you have moments like how we played in you guys. It took us till the second half, damn near the fourth quarter, to start humming. But then versus San Francisco, we were play for play. Like we was keeping up with them. It's just I just
are
want to
we
find that middle.
are we more confident that the Denver Broncos are going to be able to make it to the AFC Championship, or the Seattle Seahawks are going to be able to make it to the NFC Championship?
I
That's
think the Seahawks
it's going to
have
be
a
hard for them to beat them three. Well, it's hard to beat them again because they're 1-1 against each other. I believe San
right.
Francisco won the
So
first
it's
game.
basically us all over again, but on the other side of the map.
Well, right. I mean,
But who is it again? It's going to be is San Francisco gets its clap back in Seattle because Seattle last beat them in San Francisco. So do they get their revenge
yeah. But
in
well, you said
Seattle?
I don't have that much faith in Sam Darnold when it comes to the playoffs, right? Charles would say playoffs,
Thi- This
playoffs.
this is where it's going to come down to see what kind of quarterback Sam Darnold is, what people thought he was going to be versus what he has been.
Well, right. You remember what happened last year with Minnesota in the
The
playoffs.
2 games in a row, the
Yeah.
game before, and then the first game into the playoffs, he froze like deer in the headlights. So this
I got
is
a
different
question.
now. You're the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
You're at home, and you're playing your division rival for a shot at the NFC championship game.
I think they have the number 6 total defense in the NFL, but the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL. But
Their
they
defense
did
is crazy.
their defense is good, but they did play they played like I guess a middle of the pack schedule, and San Francisco played a little bit tougher schedule, but either way, head to head, it was the both of them games are really close. I mean, outside of, San Francisco not being able to move the ball in the second half.
It's going to be interesting to see, especially because Purdy doesn't have Kittle anymore because he tore his Achilles. So
Right.
that safety blanket is gone.
It's
So
true,
now
but I mean, CMC still being
you
there.
still got CMC, you still got Juwan Jennings. I don't Pearsall, if he's healthy,
I
it works. But
The other one, any rumor on that Stafford is injured? I heard rumors that
he
he
said
was
it's his index finger on his throwing hand. Is
okay, so
sprained
he's
a
got
little.
a
But I'm
boo-boo on the
not.
throwing hand.
I don't think that's. This is Stafford we're talking about. Even though when he was in Detroit, the
Yeah.
man, he was tough. If he doesn't play because of a sprained finger, then you got to give more props to Justin Herbert for playing with a broken hand. Granted,
Right.
it was his non-throwing hand, and this is his index finger on his throwing hand. But I'm like, in comparison, Justin Herbert has played through some crazy injuries throughout the years and
Oh, yeah.
still played, which makes no sense. But I don't think it's gonna keep him out the game. Will it be a factor? Because again, if it's sprained ever so slightly and he hits another helmet at any point in that game, that's going to be painful. And then again, we all know we're all old.
Yeah.
Bones and cold weather don't mix well together.
No, and it's supposed to chill out.
It's going to be -8. It's supposed to be -8 degrees.
So tell me something right now. You saw, the wind is supposed to be a factor too, which might be in the Bears' benefit with the run game. Here's the thing, Paul. I did read a thing. I think I sent it to you guys in the chat about Matthew Stafford's record in the last
You
year.
said it was 5
2.
and 7.
Yeah,
Outdoors.
yeah. With the temperature below 0, even going back to even when he played with Detroit, I believe he has a losing record. Yeah,
because again, you're playing because at least outside of the 4 home games that you're playing against, or the 3 home games that you're playing against us, right? You're playing Minnesota, Green Bay, and Chicago in Ford Field.
Well, not only that,
but then you also got Minnesota that's also indoors.
Yeah,
so
but when they lost in Carolina, right? Correct? In Carolina.
Yes, they lost in Carolina.
It's not just the temperature in the outdoors. It is also the fact the grass field, the real grass field.
Just the weather in general can affect everything. And again, if you're injured, and again, he's 37, 38 years old. Injuries look and feel different going into your 40s than they do when you were in your 20s.
Oh, yeah. In Chicago is a much younger team, capable of recovering from any kind of aches and bruises to a lot quicker than a team that's
a few hits on him can affect him. And again, you got to catch Caleb. He's not easy to catch.
No, we found that out.
He's not the easiest person to catch. Stafford is mobile, but he's not as mobile.
He's not as Speaking of mobility problems, Paul, I know you hate Aaron Rodgers.
That man can't run to save his life.
But watching him try to get away from Hunter last night was sad. Let's just say it was sad.
It's time for him to walk away. Go to your little cabin and just go right off in the sunset till it's time to get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. I mean, he could be an inspirational coach or something.
Don't coach anybody.
Yeah. I say one thing, though. If it does come down to a kicking game, Chicago has the advantage by I'll give Chicago an A- for the kicking game.
Santos is used to this weather. He kicks here majority of the time, so he's used to it.
Yeah.
And these LA boys, this cold, listen, because somebody said, well, they did all right in Philly. Philly weather is not Chicago weather. It's not the same kind of cold.
They did all right. Okay, let's be honest. I love you, Mike. Philly pissed that game away just like Green Bay did. I mean, they had them and they let them go down the field.
I was so hoping we were going to get Philadelphia.
I was so hoping to.
This is the thing. It is no disrespect to Mike and no disrespect to the Super Bowl champion Eagles.
No, but you want to beat the.
But this is the thing, though. We've already beat you in Philly,
right?
Pretty good. In
Chicago now.
And I know I can hear Mike telling me that I'm fucking crazy. I could just hear it. But this, again, it's no disrespect. However, watching them play against San Francisco on Sunday, I was like, we could beat them.
Oh, yeah.
Like I had like in my mind, I'm like, Saquon Barkley is not playing like his old self. Like that run game is not that good right now. I'm not saying that he's not good, but I'm just like, and then the dysfunction between him and AJ Brown was blaring. Like it was, and I'm just thinking like Caleb can out-throw this dude. Like I think he can out-quarterback Jalen Hurts in a one-on-one again.
Oh, yeah. I believe it.
And that didn't happen because it didn't happen. And San Francisco pulled the upset. And now we got stuck with the Rams, which I want to say we have a chance. I think they right now, the Kelsey or whatever they call it, they say that they got like a 54 or 56% chance of winning the game over the Bears. I'm like, I feel like we've been underdogs all season, and that's fine. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
I don't think by any means it's going to be a blowout. I know Mike was saying
Stafford is the better
he wants to put
experienced quarterback.
Right. He wants you to put Puka in his place. Like, I don't think that it's going to come down to necessarily.
Devontae Adams is coming for blood, I feel like.
I don't know.
He doesn't like us.
I know he doesn't like you. It's like it's such a weird thing for a guy that's literally at the end of his career to like have such a vile hatred for a team that he was only good when he had Aaron Rodgers throwing him the football. I mean, the other end of it is, it's not Green Bay anymore,
And this ain't
it's
the
completely
Chicago
different
Bears.
rivalry for you. It's not the same Chicago Bears. Of course not. Oh.
So I think the most disappointing game that I watched was, I guess, the Jaguars losing the way that they did on that last minute interception.
I didn't expect that.
And then the score was not like what I thought it was going to be. I thought Jags were going to have at least 2-3 touchdowns on them. And
the defense didn't show up for Jacksonville like we thought it would.
And I think that was the more disappointing game out of all of them. Now, the Patriots beating the Chargers, that score was horrendous.
We kind of called that game though. We kind of said the Patriots defense. I didn't expect Drake May to play that bad.
That's what I'm saying. We expected at least a gap.
Yeah.
But it was not. And it was just, I don't know. And then the Carolina Rams game, that kind of surprised me in a sense of I didn't expect Carolina to keep up with LA the way they did offensively. And
yeah, I thought Carolina would just be happy to make the playoffs.
But they definitely showed that they wanted to be there, and that if they're able to pick up off of what they did this season going into next year, I'm like, they can add maybe 2, maybe 3 more wins and walk away with like 11, maybe 10, 11 wins.
Yeah, they're a starting pass rusher and another offensive weapon, maybe another tight end or something, somebody off the edge.
They're right there.
They're right there,
taking that division and making making them feel like at least a 1-win playoff team.
Yeah,
and can be an upset at any point too. So because they did a lot of good things this season, and the fact that again you beat LA in Carolina in the regular season. Like, you beat them already, and this is the MVP front runner. And then you gave them to the end of the game. Like, you just didn't just lay there. Like, y'all really fought to try to win this game. And so I applaud Carolina for what they did. I don't think that Tampa Bay could have did that. I think if Tampa Bay was in Carolina's spot, I think Tampa Bay probably would have got their ass beat.
Right. I think Tampa Bay was that. Both those teams at the end of the year, I think that the healthier team was probably Carolina, and they had the best chance to beat the Rams. But I mean, they'd already beaten them. They had the confidence early in the season, so it was nice to see.
And then they had Cam Newton come open the game, so you had that momentum coming in. So it's like that whole stadium was it was rocking. I thoroughly, the whole wild card weekend was from start to finish. It was a good playoff weekend. Like it did not disappoint me.
No, not at all.
It did not disappoint me in any way. I'm very interested to see how Seattle and Denver play in the divisional, after their bye week, and how this is gonna pan out. I'm like, right now, there's out of the 8 quarterbacks, 7 out of the 8 quarterbacks do not have a Super Bowl ring. The only one that has one is Matthew Stafford. So if we happen to beat Stafford and the Rams, somebody that's never won a Super Bowl,
there's going to be a new champion
that's never won one, and that's going to be kind of cool to say.
So I got one for you. This is a line I didn't expect. I didn't expect Denver to only be a 1.5 point home favorite versus the Bills.
I think it's just the Josh Allen effect.
Is it because
And
that
then
there's not that much confidence in Denver's offense. It's just they know that that defense is
defense,
absolutely
they got
elite.
the defense. They got a top 5 defense, and nobody can argue that.
But we've seen Bo Nix go, oh, he's fantastic when he came back. What was the game they
Like,
came
look
back
what he
in?
did with New York, with the Giants. He was down. I think they were
That's
down
what it
almost
was, the
like
Giants game, yeah.
18, 17 points they were down, and then you had to force a comeback. You were losing like bad to the New York City Football Giants. And I'm not saying that Bo Nix is bad. He's a good quarterback. You know, he could very much well beat Josh Allen, but in my gut, and my gut has been wrong a bunch of times, but in my gut, I just don't feel like Bo Nix can outplay Josh Allen. And I feel like with everything that Josh Allen is trying to accomplish this year, you don't got Lamar Jackson, you don't got Patty Holmes, you don't got Burrows here. So, like, you have a clear path. Like, you are the most experienced quarterback in the AFC right now. Out of all the quarterbacks left in the AFC, you are the most experienced quarterback playoff-wise because you have Bo Nix, Drake May, CJ Stroud, and then you. You have the most experience in playoffs out of the current AFC quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You've been here. You know what it takes to win. So it's like, are you going to let a second-year quarterback take you out?
Absolutely not. Here's the thing. If Denver falls to Buffalo is the favorite to go to the Super Bowl out of the AFC. No matter who wins the second game, Houston or the Patriots, because
The Bills have beat the Patriots
here's the
already.
thing. Yes, the Bills have history versus both those teams. The only team that they don't have history against
It's Denver.
is Denver. Like, Denver, this is the first time in years Denver's actually had a
And
team.
this is the thing. Every game, this game, and if they make it to the AFC Championship game, both of these games for Buffalo will be on the road because they are the lower seed out of the remaining teams. So their way to the Super Bowl is completely on the road.
Yeah, which is their bugaboo.
Which,
I mean,
until last week,
they
he
get
was
the
0
monkey off their
6.
back. Yeah,
Let's
0
say
6.
until last week they were 0 6 on the road when it came to the playoffs. They got that hill off the way. But now again, you're still on the road. Is this still going to be an issue for Josh Allen and the Bills? Are they going to be able to still overcome this gigantic monkey that they can't perform on the road? Because again, playing in Denver, that defense is not going to be easy to overcome. I don't care what
it's in the
anybody
back of his
says.
mind. We know what's in the back of Allen's mind too. I mean,
But at the same time, like you said, he has history with the Texans. But if New England is able to get past Houston, right? If Houston's not able to overcome that because the New England's defense is just as stout as Houston's defense. So it's just which quarterback is going to suck worse.
Right.
But if it's going to be a Bills Patriots AFC Championship and it's going to be in Foxborough, I see half of that crowd being Buffalo.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're making that trip up.
They do it. But Buffalo travels very well. Usually, I mean, it's
and
pretty.
If it's that close,
yeah,
that's a hip scot and I'm jumping on the train.
Oh, I can almost guarantee you that if Houston doesn't come out and score like 10 quick or get off 14-3, 14-10,
secretly.
Yeah, I think the game is over because I think that New England's going to they'll try to run Henderson and they're just going to try to slow walk the game.
And this thing with Henderson and Stevenson, that is a crazy running back room behind him.
Yeah, it's bang bang.
And then Stevenson is a rookie, busting his tail out here.
Well, Henderson's
the rookie,
right? Yeah.
Right, and then you got Diggs, you got Hunter. Like, he has weapons.
Oh yeah,
and then he's mobile himself. He can make plays happen on his feet.
He just can't turn the ball over against that defense. That's if you do that.
And this is the thing: you're trying to avoid getting hit by Hunter and Will Anderson Jr.
Yeah,
that is not going to be an easy thing to avoid.
No, but if anybody has the offensive line, I believe New England's got a as
But
one of the
if
stoutest
Vrabel and
offensive
Drake
lines for
May find a
protection.
way to get to the Super Bowl, that is going to be New England is never going to shut the hell up.
No, they won't. We did it with May. We did it with May.
Like they're never going to shut up.
Well, I think the
And
reason that they'd be able to talk so much shit to Paul is because that's a guy that he drafted. That's his
yeah.
guy.
Well,
You know?
no. Mayo drafted him.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Jared Mayo. But I'm just saying but all in all, this is now Vrabel's guy.
Vrabel can say, I refined him. I made him a
I
quarterback.
made him what he is.
Yeah, because he
y'all
let's be
expectations for him wasn't met last year.
right,
I brought him to the expectation that y'all thought he was going to be at.
I mean, kind of the same thing with Eberflus, and that's more of a front thing for you guys. That was a front office mistake with coaching. I mean, I believe you guys got the best out of Caleb because of who he is as a person and who you got in the locker room beside him. I mean, more than it is, that you guys drafted him and this is the player that he is. I believe
you got a
coaching,
coach that believes in you.
Yeah,
so
I believe coaching did a lot for that.
Especially as a young quarterback in this league, if you have a coach that believes in you and trusts you with his playbook to be like, hey, these are the plays I want to run for the next few minutes. Do you? If you see something different, I'm giving you the reins to make those audibles as you see fit. And I think that boasts well. It's showing with Drake May. It's showing in Bo Nix. It's showing in these younger quarterbacks that, hey, if I got the right locker room behind me, I'm pretty much unstoppable. And I'm not going to lie, what Drake May is doing, definitely to say that it's his second year in the league and he's already in the MVP conversation, definitely top 3 in the conversation. Like you got to give the man his flowers for the year. Like the man did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I'm not upset. I've been happy with the playoffs. Hell, the whole season in general has just been a freaking feel like we're in Twilight Zone because nothing makes sense. But I'm okay with it. What Mike said, he said it in the chat that, I'm not used to seeing my team win, so I'm over here. I seem like I'm a Lions fan. It's like, listen, I'm not out here boasting. I'm not out here. Am I excited? Hell yeah. One, we made the playoffs. And 2, we got to knock you fuckers out of the playoffs. Like, what? Because if it was the other way around, you guys would have been excited. Because again, yes, it was a wild card game. But when it's the magnitude of the game that was being played, it becomes more than just another game. There's a whole lot of implications involved with this.
It probably for the best that Chicago is winning these games because I believe moving forward, what Chicago needed is to establish themselves as in it's now Chicago and Green Bay. There's the rivalry is not just always just been it's alive and it's freaking look at all you got to do is look at the fans in that stadium and look at the Packer fans wedged in between 10,000 Bear fans for each one Packer fan and understand that dude paid a lot of money to sit there and get harassed for the game and he sat it out and the Bears would have did the same thing.
And this is the thing. It went both ways on Saturday because in that first half, all the Packer fans were in there just harassing all the Bears fans. Look at y'all. Yeah. Y'all are a joke, yada, yada, yada. And then came fourth quarter, the roles got reversed real fast.
It's such a the Bear Packer thing is such a weird rivalry because there are Bear fans up here, and shout out Dan, and they will ride to the lot of time those Bear fans will go to the Packer game in the same vehicle as the the Bears and the Packer fans are together, and they'll each give each other crap no matter what off the game. Anything that happens in there. I
believe that would be us, me, you, and Charles. We'd probably.
Oh yeah, again, I would love to go to a Bear. I would love to go to Soldier Field before they either A, move it or B, tear it down and build a new one. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm at this point. When people try to make fun of me, even after they say, well, y'all barely won, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, there's nothing anybody can say on this earth that can take the joy that I have right now for this specific season. Because you're right. We haven't won. in a very long time. We haven't won a playoff game in 15 years. We haven't beat y'all in the playoffs since Pearl Harbor got hit from the Japs. So again, do the Bears have a lot to celebrate? You're damn right. So are we going to be a little bit obnoxious? Yes, rightfully so.
And I expect them next Sunday.
Like, what do you want from us?
I expect the stadium to be just as loud, even though it's not the Packers. Everybody's like, "Oh, they're not playing the Packers, so they can't be any louder." You damn right they can be louder. They should be louder.
Do you have any again?
You guys have been waiting for this for 20 years.
Like, we earned this. And we are going to soak every bit of this until it's over, whether it's over next week, over the week after that, or it's over in February. Because I'm like, again, Ben Johnson said this very well, and I feel like this is very true. To say that the Bears can't go on a 4-game win streak is ridiculous because we've done it twice. Yeah. Regardless of the teams, we've still gone on 2 4-game winning streaks. So who's to say we can't do it again?
This time of the year, it's a lot of this is coaching, preparation, mentally get the players prepared for what's coming. And if you don't get them to buy in, if they think that talent alone is going to win it for them, a lot of college basketball teams go into March Madness. And guess what happens? There's 16 seeds, 1 seeds. They get knocked out. They may not get knocked out in the first round of the tournament, but they
over cocky because they think because we're a top school, we're a top 5 school, top 5 seeding here. Who's going to take us out? And then here comes number 9 coming in out of nowhere and yank you out the bracket.
Well, guess what? They're focused. They're ready. They're prepared.
They're happy to be here, and they're trying to make sure that they get every second out of this bracket as much as they can out of it. And if that means they got to take out the 10 seed, the 2 seed, the 5 seed, whatever it takes to get to the top, it's different than Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky.
Paul, you can cut this one because I got something for you right here. Whatever the hell, I'm going to say this right to the camera. Whatever the hell Ben Johnson said in that locker room at halftime to the Chicago Bears, you bet your ass you bottle that stuff up. Whatever the hell it is that he said, and you sell that shit to the rest of the team for the rest of the season into next year.
The amount of Packer fans that got butthurt because he said that because they were talking about, oh, the former owner, bless her heart, rest in peace. She didn't like cussing. Listen, respectfully, we're in a different era, okay? We are in a different atmosphere. Ben Johnson is changing the culture that's been the same for 20, 30 years. These players are different. The front office is different. The coaching staff is different. Listen, either get with the program or be gone because Ben Johnson is single-handedly flipped the culture in Chicago Bears, in the city of Chicago, let alone in that organization, in that locker room. The city is behind Ben Johnson. And this is the thing. I don't care if you're a Bears fan from California, Texas, where I'm from, Florida, New York, it doesn't matter. Anybody that's a Bears fan and has been watching all year long, watching these cardiac Bears just put us through the ringer every single week. We are excited for what the hell is about to happen. And listen, like you said, everything he said, put it in a fucking bottle, label that shit, whatever you got to label it, and start passing it around to everybody in that organization. Because come Sunday, especially because we're the Sunday night game, Jesus Christ.
Dude, you know why they're the Sunday night game, right?
It's Stafford, and then it's the Bears.
It's the biggest game.
It's like the San Francisco-Seattle game is cool, but that's going to be on Saturday. But out of all the 4 games that are left, you can't tell me that you got your front-runner MVP and then one of the hottest teams this year. You're not going to put that as the last game or at least the night game.
Well, it's Chicago, too. And even with Chicago, you're not. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on that football game. Yeah. Los Angeles, Chicago, 2 of the biggest fan bases in the league. Yeah, definitely going to have the eyeballs there. Very.
Oh, wait. No. Yeah, we're the night game. We're the night game on Sunday. We're literally the last game of the divisional series.
It's 5:30, but that game's getting done at about 9 p.m.
Yeah. it's the second game of the day.
Yeah.
So it's the prime time game of the night because it's no disrespect to the Patriots or the Texans, but we don't think that's going to be as exciting as what the Rams and the Bears are about to put on. I'm sorry, you can't convince me otherwise. You have the front runner MVP with an explosive offense, and then you got the Iceman Caleb Williams with an explosive offense. And it's like, all right, what is this going to look like? Like,
Well, I can
this
tell
is
you
going to
what,
be a hell of a game.
we can get into that right now. And I wanted to break down a couple stats for you before we got to the picks. The Rams give up 333 yards to the Panthers.
Right.
Nothing against Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers, but Caleb Williams is just a little bit better. I mean, let's be honest, a little more mobile. The pocket, that offensive line for Chicago is nothing to sniff at. They're good. They hold up in coverage. Williams is very capable of getting outside the pocket.
We lost our left tackle though last week.
You did lose your left tackle, but
but
I
the
still like the
backup.
matchup. I still like the matchup. Giving up 333 yards to Carolina. I mean, yeah, let's be honest. And Chicago didn't even have to use all their weapons. I mean, they literally used the tight end.
I think our running backs are better than Carolina's. And this is not saying that Hubbard and Dowdle aren't good running backs.
Oh no, yeah, they're.
I think Monangai and Swift are better.
Second. Yeah, the Carolina's got second tiered running backs. I mean,
and especially because our running game, I think if we're not first in rushing, we're in the top 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. The Chicago finished season in top 3.
So I'm like, and then again, we got Loveland. We got a nice receiving core. And it's not saying that the Rams don't have equally the same thing because Corum and Williams, that is a tough backfield. That is a great backfield. And then Puka and Adams, that is a good receiving room. And then you have Parkinson's and Higbee. You got like it's whose offense is going to be better? Is McVay's offense going to explode more, or is Johnson's offense going to explode more? Like it's who's going to listen, it could be San Francisco, Chicago all over again, and it's just a big old shootout.
I think if you keep Young out of the backfield, you kind of make him a young guy to say so, to take away the edge from Young. I'm saying put a guy on him, chip
Young
him.
or Williams?
It's Byron Young, right?
Oh, Byron Young, yeah. That man
bad. I was trying to read it here and I said Young twice. So I was like, put Young
Byron
on
Young is a very scary defensive player because he can move.
He's the guy that if I was Chicago, they're going to line him up on the left side, the weaker link. The only thing you can do though, if you got Manan guy coming out of the backfield, you can throw that screen. The Bears are going to. Ben Johnson is very, very capable of coming up with a game plan to make the Rams slow down quite a bit as far as what they want to do defensively. And Loveland now obviously being able to just basically go and catch and run whatever route he wants.
Do whatever he wants.
This reminds you of what like Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey. What Caleb Williams did with Loveland is like everybody knew Kelsey was getting the ball from Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs back in the day. It didn't matter.
They still couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
You knew Kelsey somehow, some way was going to get that ball.
Right. And I believe there was
in those positions where where Patty needed an out, you knew that was his safeguard. That was his blanket.
I could be completely wrong with this, but I believe I counted 5 or 6 pass attempts in a row that Williams found Loveland in his zone, like, and he was wide open, or he caught the ball contested. But either way, he caught the ball. And he also had one knocked out of his hands too. That probably should have been a fumble recovery for the Bears, and that doesn't even need to be talked about because the officials, I don't know what the hell they're thinking anymore. Either way, the Bears recovered both of those. But
Loveland was just able to catch everything that Caleb was throwing his way.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier in the show, if you don't now there might be some linebackers that might be able to stay with Loveland. but there's not many just because how athletic he is and
They might be
how
able
he
to
can
stay
separate.
with them, for a few plays, but I don't think over the course of the game that
He's gonna
anybody
gas him out.
consistently is gonna be able to keep up with them. Yeah, he's like a wide receiver out there, an extra wide receiver.
And just a very big, athletic, mobile. Because he's huge.
Oh,
He is a big guy,
Chicago knew what they were doing when they drafted him. There's a reason he sat out for Michigan last year. Like,
and there's a reason why they picked him over Tyler Warren. And it's not saying that Tyler Warren didn't have a good rookie season, but there's a reason why Ben Johnson picked him
right. I think
over Tyler Warren.
potentially he's gonna be better than Warren because I think Warren obviously he might be in the right scenario for getting stats, but I think he's in the wrong system as far as a football player goes. And that's not knocking him. That's just saying he quite possibly needs a career change, go somewhere else. I think a team that Warren actually would be better on would be a team like Buffalo, where you've got a mobile quarterback that moves
That
around
likes his
because
tight ends.
yeah, that moves around, so it gets you open. Your tight end is usually always the guy when your quarterback's running around that he tries to find because it's the guy running the crossing routes across the middle. So
Yeah, I think I am confident um with this weekend. I feel like we can pull it off. Like I really do. In my gut, I feel like we can pull it off. And
this is more of a game that I thought maybe Chicago. I thought if Chicago got past Green Bay, this would be a game that people would be like, yeah, I mean, hell, I would say Chicago is probably should be the favorite. And with the line being three and a
yeah,
half, that they got LA as a short favorite, and that's just
and
because
but
of
that's the thing,
Puka
and
and
that tells you the confidence that they have in LA, or the confidence that they have in Caleb to be like, we don't think that. Yes, we think the Rams are a favorite, but we don't think that it's a secure favorite.
right.
The
It's not
three
if
and a
it's
half
not 4 or
points is a
5.
pickup,
Yeah, it's a pick 'em. It's
and
crazy that it's 3 or 4. I'm surprised that it's not 2.5. It might go down to 2.5 too. We
it
can't
depends.
gamble in Wisconsin, but if this game got down to 2.5, I would pick the Bears to win outright.
I'm picking the Bears to pick
Well,
outright.
obviously you're gonna pick the Bears. I'm just saying
Because,
if you can get this on a line at 2.5, take the Bears all day.
yeah. Now for the other games, um, it took me a while to figure out these picks just because I've been saying this for a few weeks now. Like, there's no real, like, there's favorite teams, but there's like even those favorites can they can catch an L
Okay.
easily.
So I'll tell you something right now. Because well, I made the picks, I would have said that San Francisco had a chance against like Seattle. But the fact that they're laying almost 8 now versus versus Seattle because Kittle's gone, that makes me think that there might be some other injuries out there that they know about what we don't know about. I it just
Or
seems weird that it's seven and
they
a
just
half.
probably think Seattle's just that much better. And again, Seattle has offensive weapons, but it all boils down to which Sam Darnold is going to show up on Saturday. Because again,
Minnesota.
We know what Brock Purdy is capable of doing. We know what he can do. Because even when they lost to Seattle, they had Kittle, but even with us, they didn't have Kittle when they beat us. But at the same time, whatever. I want to see if Brock Purdy can beat the allegations that he is not as good as if he doesn't have all his weapons. But quite frankly, he hasn't had all his weapons healthy, at
Pretty
least
much
on
all
the
season,
defensive
yeah.
side. So San Francisco is basically built off of band-aids right now.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see, as Seattle being the favorite in this game, and how is San Francisco going to go into one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL in Seattle, and is Brock Purdy going to be able to do enough to sustain the loss of? So it's going to be interesting to see what version of Brock Purdy shows up. Now,
I'm interested to see which Purdy's going to show up because, to be honest with you, I got more faith in Seattle defensively than I do in San Francisco offensively, and that might just be the reason why I'd pick San Francisco to probably not just lose this game, but probably Seattle to cover that 7.5 points, and that's a weird thing I would have not said if Kittle was probably playing.
I
But
like
I
part of me wants Seattle to win because I have a very good friend that is a huge Seattle fan. And I would love to go up to Seattle and maybe, possibly, just scare him a little bit.
that's a crazy
However,
stadium to play in.
right.
Wow.
However, if for some chance we're able to pull off a victory, which I think we can over the Rams, and somehow San Francisco is able to pull off an upset in Seattle, not only do we get to play one more playoff game, but the NFC Championship game is going to be in Chicago.
That's why I want San Francisco to win, but something makes me think that Seattle is going to somehow Sam Darnold is gonna just get the monkey off the back, the playoff monkey off his back, and win a
I'm
game.
like, he won the NFC West. He was in the same scenario this year that he was last year, and it turned out different for him.
Yeah.
So maybe this time around he also gets this monkey off his back and finally get his first playoff win, and be the quarterback that everybody expected him to be coming out of college. And this just shows you that the New York Jets are one of the most dysfunctional, terrible, poverty franchises in the league.
Yeah.
And do not know how to use a quarterback correctly. I have Seattle winning. That's who my pick is. If that turns out that way, we will see on Saturday.
Yeah. I got Seattle covering that 7.5 points. The more that I look at it, the more that I look at the matchup, I see Seattle's defense just walking away with it. Seattle at home, I think what they're gonna do probably is try to run the ball too. And if San
Yeah.
Francisco is gonna have to run the ball to win the game because I don't see I don't see Brock Purdy being able to just wing it down the field,
And how
32,
much can you
35
keep
times a
using
game.
CMC so much?
They're gonna be
I
using
know he
CMC
has
a
to be
ton.
tired.
He's gonna be
Has to
tired
be
by the end of
exhausted.
this game. If they can keep this game under if they can keep Seattle under 25 points, 24 points, I think this might be a one-score game going into the fourth quarter, and they might have a chance, but I just don't think Seattle's defense is gonna allow San Francisco time
to get it
to
done.
do what they need to do. They're gonna need time for these routes to develop. I mean, CMC can only do so much out of the backfield. Um, I don't know
Like
if
he has to have at least 60 to 70% of the offensive yards
yeah,
from
he's
the
gonna have to have about 200 all-purpose yards for them to have a chance to win this game. Um, the Bills Broncos game, that is probably the most intriguing matchup of the entire Saturday lineup. I mean, there's only 2 games, but the 49ers Seahawks, this is the third time they played this year, and unless you're a 49ers or Seahawks fan, I don't really see how you get excited for that game.
no. That Bills Broncos.
Bills Broncos, I mean,
I still feel like the Bills can pull it off. I wouldn't be surprised if they also choke.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Bo Nix ends up throwing 3 touchdowns and that defense just romps and they win 30-13 or something like that,
It's very possible.
I actually got Denver, their defense. I have more faith in the coaching staff
I got
there.
the Bills with the upset for
Get the
me.
Bills with the upset. I got Broncos winning that game. Like I got them winning like 23-16.
And I feel like Josh is going to win it in the fourth quarter with a late touchdown, and he's probably going to rush it in.
Like he did, yeah, last weekend versus Jacksonville.
Yeah. So that's how I see that happening.
And the game that everybody is just thinking is going to be a defensive freaking juggernaut game. Nothing's going to happen. The total for the New England Houston Texans game is 40 and a half.
Bad.
40. Every other game is over 45.
Because I think the Bears and Rams game is 51 and a half the last time I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. So Texans with the number one defense coming in. I believe the Patriots were top 3 defensively too as well. Houston is gonna
Ooh.
they're gonna have to lay the wood on Drake May. Otherwise, this game could get
Whoever
ugly.
starts hot off the gate, whoever's the offense, and then the defense that can sustain, keep putting that other offense off the field the quickest, I think is going to ultimately win the game. It's just CJ Stroud, he's hot or cold. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Drake May, I think he's probably more consistent.
Yeah, the whole season. He was the number 2 in MVP, right? Voting behind Josh Allen. Or not Josh Allen. It's Matthew Stafford. Oh my God. I'm really throwing myself under the bus.
I just don't see CJ Stroud offensively out dueling Drake May in this round. And
Drake May's got more weapons.
Yeah. I think New England pulls this off and moves on to the AFC Championship to face the Buffalo Bills. And I think it's going to be Seattle and Chicago and Buffalo and New England in the championship games. Those are my picks.
Yeah, I like him too. Pretty much same thing. This is going to be like a 4 to 7 point game. It's going to be a 1-score game probably at the end, more than likely. Yeah. But the way that Houston's defense is, they'll be able to keep them in it probably for 3 quarters, and then who's to say that it doesn't just get the doors blown off it in the 4th?
Who knows?
Right. Yeah, who knows? Go Bears, right?
That sounds pretty satisfying coming from a Packers fan.
This is a Packers fan. I told Dan, I said, I won't argue. I'm not going to fight. There's no reason to be bitter. We lost. You guys could rub it in our face for another 365 days. Charles is the one, on the other hand, that I don't know if he's going to be able to take it with as much grace as I have. It's going to be a little more difficult for Charles, but
we're going to see. Hopefully, next week he can hop on and we can rehash on old losses.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, you can go through you should go through every single game of the season, and Charles will come up with a reason why the Packers blew it. Even in the game that they won, he's going to say they blew it. But like Charles says, Paul, the world is a much better place with you in it.
Watch. I don't play games with you. I don't play games with you. I don't play games with you. Cold world champion. Pull up with the hunger. You still count pennies on the floor. I've been stacking since the morning. Check the freezer where I keep my heart stored. They be talking about a come up, but they broke by Tuesday afternoon. I got money from the weekend. 3 jobs couldn't match what I consume. Look at how they dress. Still shopping where their mama used to go. I've been moving like a problem. Every block I touch turns profitable though. You was sleeping on the come up. Now you better watching everything I own. I was plotting in the basement. Now the whip I push got leather and chrome. I don't play games with you. I don't play games with you. I don't play games with you. Cold world champion. Said you're getting to the money.